What's going on, guys? Winner Kills here. We are back with another first place locals deck profile here with my man Kevin. You guys have seen him on the channel before, and today he ended up going undefeated at locals, playing a deck that we haven't seen for quite some time. And what is that deck?
Swordsoul.
Swordsoul. My goodness, the deck everybody forgot about. Let's take a look at the list.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I like to. Can I give a shout out first?
Absolutely.
Shout outs to Heart of the Game.
Uh-huh.
Shout outs to Winter Kills.
Appreciate it.
Best man on for YouTubing. Shout out to all the Buffalo gang, Buffalo versus everyone. You know it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, absolutely. I'll get into it.
Hell yeah.
Most of the ratios are pretty self-explanatory, but we are playing 3 Ecclesia. So I originally was playing 2, but the reasoning why I decided to bump it up to 3 was because I was playing a higher deck count, and I was running into issues where some of my hands were slightly unplayable because they didn't have any starters. So yes, this kind of plays harder into Ash, but also Ash is kind of like slightly fallen off in this current meta. So I think like playing 3 is perfectly fine. Okay. So that also is also an inherent special summon, so that card's like really good. Also play obviously 3 Moi, starter of the deck. Really good card just to draw into your floodgates and etc. etc. So this is really good. You have to play it. 3 Long Young, great in time. Makes you level 10s. There's some cool stuff you can do with like what was it called? Emergence and manipulating the levels with this card, and also like if they get rid of your token and you still have this and you have your normal summon, the Adara also makes it a Yazi, so this is a really good card as well. So sometimes you have to start with that.
Nice.
Obviously the 2 Taie, nothing really explained there, pretty standard ratios. I also decided to max out on all the Tenyis, the 3 Ashunas, 3 Vishudas, board breaker cards pretty much.
Insane.
Yeah, that card is so good. And then 3 Adhara. So basically recursion, I think 3 is correct, even if you decide to cut on the Tenyis. You decide to cut this to 2 or this. I don't think you should cut this to 2 because like it is kind of getting into like more of a grindy format where like you have to play turns 3 and 4. So like this card just helps you recycle. You can recycle itself as well from the banish zone. So this card's like really good not to play at 3.
And it's a tuner too, which is
It's
great.
a tuner, yeah, exactly. I also play the 1 Shatana. I'm also playing 3 of the like Heavenly Dragon Circles because like some Veiler and Imperm are like one of the best hand traps this format due to like tier elements.
And Mourner too.
And Mourner, yes, exactly. So like but the thing is like most of the time like I'm normal summoning like this card and they have to like Imprimer or Veiler it. So like yes, Mourner only does it on I think special summon monsters.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't really matter. This card's like just so good. Also gives you like good follow up for the next turn. So you have to play it. Most of the times, game 2 and 3, I usually side this out because there's a brick drawing it anyways, and like you just like even though you spin it away like one of your normal summons, you could just grab like a Vishuda or like something else, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So there's a card in the extra deck that I kind of like playing, especially going like on my turn 1 play if they decide to like Veiler it or something like that, and I don't have the Shatana or something like that. So 3 Swordsoul Emergence, obviously. And then this card that should be banned. I play 3 Mystic Mind.
Oh my goodness.
This card is like
Crack.
is busted. I don't know what else to say. Like this card should not be like allowed any longer. But like as long as I have it, I have to play it because like Swordsoul at this point in the in like this current meta, it's like a super pretty fair deck. Like it only has like so many avenues of play, so you have to play unfair cards to kind of like give yourself another like turn 2 or turn 3, and or just like stop them from playing. So like you have to play mine, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously with mine, I also pair with Dark Ruler. Unless if I'm playing against like sprites and they're playing like Smash, I know they're playing Smash or they searched it. I'll usually play a little bit, or I'll like Dark Ruler their board, and then I'll play like a little bit to make like what's it called? Make like Aboxia to try spin away the back row to force it out, and then most of the time they have to get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
Because they lose it or lose it, so they're gonna get rid of like my Aboxia, and then I just throw mine on top of it. So that's usually my game plan is like try to get rid of as much disruption as possible, and then establish mine along with another card I'll show you in a minute here. I play 2 Desires, and then the 1 Call by the Grave. Call
Should
by
have been banned.
yeah, this card is also like not that. Should not be. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this card is great. I'm glad it came back to 2.
Oh yeah.
Like a long time ago. But also hand traps. Only hand traps I play is Infinite Impermanence. Just for like, I don't want to like. I know like Triple Talents isn't also like a very like card that's been played very frequently lately. Due to like sprites are starting to kind of go towards like hand traps, but I still don't want to play into it. So most of the time, like unless I'm playing against like tier, I'll usually like if I open Impermanence, I'll like imperm the Cacalis. But other than that, like I usually hold it for like my turn, so I can like negate like Sprite Elf or like another monster that like is just like I can target for. So
Yeah.
like this card is really really good. I like it. And then the other unfair card I played is 3 Rivalry of the Warlords.
Hey, you too?
Yo, bro.
Card's
Inspiration from you.
Hell yeah.
So this card is busted. It's a board breaker. So if you can establish like mine and set this card and they can't like out it, this like as long as it's not Rika, or like yeah, as long as it's like not the plant deck.
Yeah.
Usually you can like you can buy yourself a few turns, and then like your monsters are all worms, so you can just like kill them that way. But I think this card you have to play it, and you kind of notice that not playing any hand traps, and I'll kind of explain why. But I think board breakers in this current format is just like better because like with a tier deck, and even against like Rika, sometimes like you. Like hand traps don't do enough, or they still establish like 1 or 2 interruptions, and then you kind of like hand loop yourself because they're throwing like hand traps at them, but they're not like blowout hand traps like Nib and like
Gamma
I can't play
and
Nib,
things like that,
Gamma,
yeah.
stuff like that. So like you have to play like blowout cards that break their board. Hence like the Mine and Dark Ruler and then like Rivalry. So,
Yeah.
like yeah, you have to play these. And then the last card is 1 Blackout.
Gotta play it.
You have to play this.
Still no OTS Super, by the way.
Yes. Konami, please give me one.
Crazy. Extra deck?
Extra deck, yes.
All right, let's see the goop.
Pretty standard. 3 Monk. I don't think a third one ever came up today. I only ever like make 2 at most. So 3 Monk. The 1 Shaman.
Yep.
Pretty standard. 1 Yazi. I'm pretty sure like it's pretty well known. You can do like summon like the Taie and then banish Emergence, yep, and then manipulate love to make this.
Yep.
So sometimes you have to do it to like pop like Planet or something like that, or like get rid of a back row to keep playing. So this card's like really really good. Playing 2 Boxia. Pretty standard.
Card's crazy.
Yeah, it's
None
not
of
once.
his effects are once per
Yeah,
turn.
not once per turn. Spin back a card, like busted. I would play 3 to be honest. If I could have find one more, I probably would play 3.
I feel that.
Like this card is like really really good, especially like under your own mine, because you can spin back your own mine if you have to play. So like I think 3 is like fine.
That's kind of hot.
Yeah, and then obviously the 2 Chichao. Pretty much one of the heart and soul of like the synchro monsters in the deck.
Yep.
It's Searcher plus is like a target negation. Also, I did a play today where I had Adhara engraved, and I needed a starter for my next turn. I already had like the Ashuna in hand, so I had to banish. I activated the effect to target him. Here, Dark Ruler me, so I had like no effect, but I just used the effect to like banish my Taie, and then so I just had follow up for next turn. So yeah, sure like didn't negate, but like it gave me a follow up for next turn. So it's like cost.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. The 1 Draco Berserker. Card's really good. You can kill people with it. So yeah, I have to play it. 1 Chaofeng. I never made this today. There's never a time where I felt like I had to make this. I played into like Nib a lot today, but like the thing was like I wasn't respecting Nib, and I was going for the standard like
Draw 2 play?
Draw 2 play. So like Chaofeng is like really good still. I think you still play it anyways because like I think you can make it sometimes with Aboxia and then the Ahara, so it still locks you out of lights. But sometimes with certain like hands, you can also make it with like Yazi.
Yeah,
So
that's cracked.
So this card's like really good because like if you make it with Yazi, it's like it's basically free against tier elements.
And it searches Ecclesia too.
Yes, and also in battle phase, if you destroy a monster, you can summon in 1 if any monster battles a card and destroys it,
Yeah, you just summon a
Fang-
worm with the same attribute,
Yup,
right?
exactly. So this card's like really, really
The
good.
secret effect.
Secret effect. So people forget about it.
Oh yeah.
Then obviously the one Ching Ying. Cards like basically the OKGK machine.
Still hitting.
So big. Especially with Desires and the Tenyis. Then the Synchro Long Yang. I'm usually always making this turn 1 because this is like the draw 2 combo. This card's like really, really good to make. Just because it's 1200 burn plus you initially gave him 1200, so it's like theoretically 3600. So like it makes it way easier to kill them.
Yeah.
So like this card you have to play as well. And then obviously the one Baron, you have to play it. Just like Omni Negation. I'm usually never making this unless I'm making it turn 2 and 3. So it's like, so yeah, you have to play it. And the one secret card that I'm playing is Psychic End Punisher.
Oh god.
So the reason why I'm playing Psychic End Punisher is because it's 11. So if like I said earlier, if I make like a Moi Yi and they like ogre it or whatever, like, and I have, or even this, and I have like, not this, sorry, it has to be Moi Yi, and then you have like any sort of like, as long as you haven't resolved this engrave with this or like a level 7 Vishuda, you can use this and then the token, and then make that. And that's not bad turn 1 because it's like unaffected, and also like it's huge, like 3500. Like they have to like burn their battle phase to like
to be
kill
able to
you.
interact with it.
Yeah, to like even kill you. And then like that's the whole point of playing like board breakers, like playing like the mine and then the rivalry. Like yes, you just don't want to die turn 1. So then turn 2 and 3, your 10E cards just kind of like break their board.
Yeah.
So like I think this card you have to play as well because sometimes you can't play through Nib, so you just end on this.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, for sure. And then side deck?
Yeah, side deck. So I did say the hand traps are pretty bad this format, but I did side them, and the reasoning why is because in certain matchups, like rogue matchups, you have to play specific hand traps to kind of like allow you to give you a chance to play. Because like sometimes you lose to like certain variants, like you like Dragoon and stuff like that, right? So like sometimes you just can't, sometimes you won't be able to play through it.
Yeah.
So like also like mine is not no longer after game 1 a win con.
Yeah.
Because most decks game 2 and 3 will side in back row hate to get rid of your mine.
Yeah.
So like the thing is like I can't rely on just mine rivalry to carry me. So I have to like make sure that I mitigate as much interaction, like much useful interaction against me as possible. So hand traps is the only solution to that. So I decided to just play hand traps as like in my side. So in my side I play like 3 Ash. I think I'm gonna play 2 Ash and then 1 Bell next time. Okay. Just because like it's a hard once per turn, and then like drawing multiple of these isn't that great. Yeah. And then also like Bell works into like any of the tier decks. Plus it also works into any of the venture cards. So and the venture cards really do makes this like can break your deck pretty easily. Yeah. Your board anyway. So like you have to like I think I might do that. So going forward I might do that. Gotcha. So 3 Ashes, 3 Veilers. Initially, I think I wasn't going to play Veiler altogether, but my friend Partho convinced me that like I needed like more cards to like for the tier matchup because like the tier deck can be kind of scary, especially when it goes off. Yeah. Especially the combo tier, like because it ends on like Elf, Griffin, and then like depending on Baron and Eradicator, like that's like really really tough to like play through at times. So like you have to like mitigate as much as possible to make it so like you're not like you can play through their board. Like yes, you might not like break it, but like crack it enough that they can't really recover and establish a little bit of action. Yeah. So I think Veiler is like really really good, especially if you hit the Cacalis. Yeah. Is it Cacalis? Yeah, Cacalis. Yeah. So I think these are great. Okay. Obviously, also 3 Crow. You have to play this. It hits almost every single card, every single deck in the meta. So you have to play Crow. It's a little less relevant against sprites now since the Ronin Totem is banned, but like you still have to play it. Obviously, back row hate. I play 1 Duster and then 2 Cosmics. Okay. Initially, these were Lightning Storm, but I kind of realized that our locals also have been popularizing like the Renee cards, and those cards do nothing against that deck pretty much. So Cosmics is the only real out to that deck. So I thought this was like a decent good ratio because like I also play 3 evenly.
Cards cracked.
Yeah, cards cracked. It also deals with back row hate. It pairs really well with Dark Ruler and this. So like you have to play these. So this card is like really good.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
How many cards in the main deck?
Main deck was 43.
43 sounds like a classic Swordsoul card count.
Yeah. Initially, I tried to put it down at 41, but like I kind of realized that like there were some cards I was cutting that I wanted to see more often. So to supplement that, I just added the extra Ecclesia to give myself the extra starter, just in case.
Okay, and what were your matchups real quick?
Yeah, actually I wrote them down.
Perfect.
So my first matchup today was against my friend Matt, who's playing Danger Tier. Unfortunately, I just like Dark Ruler and mined him, and then I just started like using Tai and Boxia to spin back all of his cards. So like it wasn't triggering any of his tier cards. So that was a 2-0. Unfortunately, like game 2, I think I flipped Rivalry on him, and like he had like. He lava golden me. Yes, he lava golden. I had like the big synchro, the 12, the one that burns and draws, and then the cheat out, and he lava golden me. And then he made me go first, game 2. So I had Rivalry, so I just like set it, and then he normal summoned Sharon, milled some cards. One was a Rhino Heart, and then I was like, he's like Rhino Effect. I'm like, Rivalry.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he still had like the field spell, and his mistake was when he was building his deck, he was kind of rushing, and he forgot to put in the second Cacalis. So he ended up having 2 Draco Stapilius, because at least if he had it, he at least would have been able to spin back Cacalis and then like pop the thing with the planet.
Yeah.
So like that lost him that game. Game 2, I played against Heroes. I lost dice roll. I lost both my dice rolls. Game 1, the first round I lost dice roll, and game 2 I lost dice roll. He was playing Heroes, but he's playing Heroes, so he let me go first. I basically made my standard board, drew some few cards. I had Rivalry, Imperm, and like something else. Like it wasn't like a really oppressive board, but like he tried to play through it, he couldn't, and then I just ended up just killing him the next turn. Game 2, he made me go first again. I drew Ashuna. I drew Ashuna. This mine. And in like mine. And then like 2 other cards that didn't do anything for me. So I literally just like special this, set this card, and then mine myself. So I was like, okay, so that I'm forcing him to like play through my back row. I'm forcing him to play, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is like, so I was like, okay, if he normal summons a monster, I let it resolve, and then I just tribute this off, and then they can't do anything. Like,
surprise! Yeah.
So like that's the reason why I think like this is like really strong. But the thing is like he top deck Duster, and like, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a cool interaction though.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Because also if they do decide to keep playing, you just like or they don't decide to play, you just like do it on the end phase, and then you get to play on your turn. So that's the reason why I think like that card's like so cracked. Game 3, I played against my friend Connor. He's playing like a Gravekeeper Dragoon like back row deck. I won dice roll for once.
Oh, nice.
I made my board. He actually cracked it to the point where like I only had like a Boxia, and I was just like poking him for like a little bit of damage because he flipped summon limit on me. So I was like, okay, but he just kept on drawing like dead cards, like cards that weren't really doing much for him. And then game 2, he made Dragoon. I could have outed it, right? So he only had Dragoon, Necro Valley, and then like 2 cards in his hand or something like that. And like the play was to actually make he had said imperm. So I normal summon Moyi. He tries to imperm it, so I dragon circle it away. Got my token. I still had like Vishuddha and Ashina in hand. The play was actually summon it. One of the tennies didn't matter.
Yep.
Make the Punisher, and then beat over Dragoon because I had Long Yang still. So then I could have like kept on playing for the next turn. So I messed it up myself, and I had evenly still, and I forgot that I had the token. So like it was just a debacle of a game. But
Yeah, it happens.
game 3, I made Baron, Chichao. He had like Necro Valley, evenly, and like I think another card. And he was trying to bait me to like use my Baron negate, but like I was just saving it for Dragoon pretty much.
Yeah.
So like I think he like normal summoned Ecclesia. I Chichao'd it, and then like he evenly'd me. And I just negated it, and he just couldn't play it. Oh, I also had 2 set Cosmic. That probably won me the game too.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the last round I played was Tri Sprite. Very new deck actually. I actually was like testing it. It's kind of like the deck is kind of like intricate because it has like multiple layers of like restrictions that you have to like. You can't go into specific lines if you already use starter or you already use like
Bear Brum,
like stuff like that, or even like Fidget. Like Fidget, I think like locks you to only use link summoning using like
Beast Warriors and stuff.
Warriors. Yeah, so like it has like a lot of layers. But game 1, he made like his standard like sprite board with Elf, is it Carrot?
Carrot, yeah.
Is that the red one?
Red is the monster negate, carrot's the spell trap negate.
Okay, the other one, the red. So he made that, and then like he had to set Smashers, and he hard drew Revolt too.
Oh my goodness.
So like I like had to like, I think I dark rulered him, and I started playing through his board, and it got to the point where like he had only red on board, and I ended up with Chichao and the big link, and I spun away most of his cards, and I had rivalry. And I made the mistake of he special summoned the jet, and I should have negated it. I should have just banished it with like the Long Yang synchro. But I ended up using the Chichao one, and then that basically opened me up to losing to red.
Yeah.
So then like basically he made access code. And then also like a fractal, using like summoning fractal with Fidget, and then like using that to make a Shirag, and I just died.
Yeah.
And then game 2, I sided in like a few hand traps. I made him go first with like evenly, so I did the same thing, cleared his board, and at that point like I spun away most of his cards. I also like dark ruler, and I spun away most of his cards, and he just couldn't play. So then game 3. It's a big surprise. He went first. I sided out mine. I kept in Dark Ruler, and I sided out like Blackout, Callby, and like the Shatana, and I put in like Ash, Veiler, and I opened up 2 hand traps. I opened up a Veiler and an Ash.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then I opened up another Ash, and then Adhara, and then I had Rivalry, and then I top deck into Imperm. But his board was like busted. Like there was no way I was gonna play through it.
Yeah.
So like I had to like I had to play the 50-50 game, so I'd like got rid of like some of his back row, and I just set my Rivalry and Imperm, and then he had I evenly'd him. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And then like he only had Revolt, so I set 2 cards, and then it was a 50-50 game if he hit the correct one.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. He hit like the Imperm, and then he
right.
only had like Shirag here. So then like I flipped he normal summoned is it Keros? Yes,
yeah.
Keros is a beast. So I just flipped Rivalry. He had to send it away and beat me for hit me for 300, like 3,000. So like okay, I draw a card. It was nothing playable, so I just like passed. And then he drew a card and nothing, so he passed. And then I opened up like Moyi, and I started playing.
Very nice.
And then Vishuddha bounced back his Shirag, so he didn't get the ad. And then from there it's like he couldn't do anything. His hand. He showed me his hand. It was Forbidden Droplets, Nib, and an Effect Veiler. And I kind of like made a misstep where I kind of ended up like I had like I linked this away to make like a Shaman, and I pitched a Duster to bring back my Boxia for game, and he Veilered it. But he's like, how many summons are you at? I'm like, I think I'm well over 5 summons. He's like, okay. I was like, but you know I'm under rivalry, right? So you can't nib me. And he's like, okay, I Valor it. I was like, okay, 16. Next turn he sets a card. And then he's like, I was like, normal summon Moi, no effect.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, you got it. I was like, there's like nothing else he could have done. So,
rivalry too strong.
Rivalry is such a busted card. But yeah, that was my matchups.
All right, cool. So congratulations on going 4-0. Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
No, that's everything. I appreciate you guys.
No problem. Appreciate the profile. Congrats again on going 4-0. Swordsoul best deck, I guess.
Let's go.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. And last but not least, a huge thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members who are Pony Star, Cadillacs84, Justin Lamb, HGH Cyber, and Mango. Thank you guys so much as always for extremely kind and generous support of this channel.